So what do we think? First thing we'll think, now today is a puja, what should I wear? Then I haven't yet pressed my clothes, or my sari is not all right. I have to match it, and how to dress up. All these frivolous things first come to our house, our brain. Or in the morning when you get up in your ashrams or anywhere, what do you think? If it was Christ, he would say, I'm sleeping still. I have to meditate. I have to be one with the divine. He would not say, no, the divine will look after it, it's all right. The divine will meditate for me. Yeah. After all, Parama Chaitanya, it has to meditate. Why should we meditate? We are also yogis. Everything is Sahaj. So let the divine meditate for us. We can't get up in the morning. It's difficult. We can't. You see, just can't. But then you can't be a Sahaj Yogi. You are supposed to be connected with all the deities, not only Christ. And here you can't even get out of your bed to meditate. While all the deities are already up there, waiting for you to get up, that's all. They can't understand what's happening to these Sahaj Yogis. How can they be so low? After all, Mother must have given them realization, thinking them to be something great. How did they get realization? They're so ordinary, so mundane, so useless. The deities start wondering, why Mother gave them realization? Because a person who cannot enjoy his meditation cannot be a Sahaj Yogi. That's the first sign of a Sahaj Yogi, that he looks forward to that time when he can meditate. That is the time you are really in connection with the divine and you enjoy the most. Whenever I get a chance, I go into it. I find it so difficult to come out of it. I mean, for today, it happened to me. I was thinking that I'll have to struggle out for this puja. I'll have to work it out. I don't know how will I get out of this meditative mood. But it surprises so many people. It's brought something for me to. How people are meditating. Especially so many Indians told me this thing. It's something very surprising. That they are supposed to be meditating and immediately they get up. What cakes, what things, what have you cooked, this, that. There's no slumber of meditation in them. They just start thinking about food. How can that be? It's the way you cannot get out of your sleep. In the same way, a Sahaj Yogi cannot get out of his meditative mood. It's so enjoyable. You want to be there. So one of the signs that you are not yet anywhere near Sahaj Yoga is that if you cannot enjoy your meditation. I mean, imagine, if you enjoy a television show or anything, you have to see it, isn't it? You cannot just say, all right, I'm sleeping now and I'm enjoying the television. So you have to be awakened to it. But that awakening is within. And there you see your own connection. It's a joy that I cannot describe really. There's only one word for that, is Nirananda. It's just Nira means only the joy, absolute joy. And who would like to give up the joy for what? For a cake or for a tea or this? I mean, just think of it. The joy is so deep, so intense, so beautiful. I don't know what else to say. You have not tasted the ambrosia. The Rajavadu said as if the ambrosia is trickling down on your tongue. It's like that, the taste of it. But what I find, that the depth we have not touched, which is within us. All of you have that depth. That not that you don't have. I have not given you realization because you are just there, here, because you have that depth within you. You are special people with that depth. But you haven't touched it. It shows you haven't touched it. Supposing it's like a well full of water, but you are still dangling somewhere in the middle. You haven't yet touched that depth. Because once you get into that, you get completely drenched and lost. But if that is not the situation, that shows that you are still somewhere dangling in between, and any time you can come high and dry. So you have to judge yourself. This is the time for you to judge. You are in connection with Christ. He achieved his resurrection, by which we have to achieve our resurrection. But what have we done to achieve that resurrection which he has achieved? He intensely lived a life of complete sacrifice and complete concentration towards one goal, that he has to achieve the resurrection. Nothing else was important. All that attention was on one thing, that I have to achieve this resurrection, I have to get crucified, and I have to be resurrected, because the whole world has to be resurrected. But Sahaj Yogis, I don't know how many think that way. How many think that dedication is needed. But the best part of it, that is so joy-giving. Every step you move forward, it's so joy-giving. The sinking in that well is so very joy-giving. It's not painful. You don't have to crucify yourself. You don't have to carry the cross. He's done it for you. So what do you sacrifice? Is your laziness. When it comes to the satisfaction of ego, people are overactive. They are like bullets then. And when it is the satisfaction of their physical comfort, they become, I don't know. We had one Rakshasa called Kumbhakarna, who used to sleep for 6 months and used to be awake 6 months. But here I see people sleep for 12 months. What do you call them? Then they say, Mother, we can't keep awake. Why? Because you are not meditating. You are not one with Christ. then his agya he controls. With that agya, you cannot sleep. If his blessings are there on the agya, you cannot sleep. You won't believe, with the slightest light, artificial light especially, I can't sleep. Because still Christ is awake. And I have to be awake. So you have to be awakened to this fact that we are Sahaj Yogis. We have a special responsibility as our connection with Christ is. Our main responsibility is all the time, intensely to think what we can do for the betterment of human beings. And what are we doing about it? First I used to say, count your blessings, because that was the best way to make people understand that there are blessings in Sahaj Yogi. Now I would say, count your deeds. What have you done for Sahaj Yogi? Sahaj Yogi has done so much for you. To say that Param Chaitanya will look after is absolutely absurd. If Param Chaitanya could do everything, why should it create human beings? One Adam and Eve were sufficient. You have to do it. Unless and until you become deep, it cannot trigger, it is helpless. It's only through you it is going to work out.